How was the universe created? The center of the central universe has several names used today, such as the island of paradise, divine creator, creative source, God, or it can be considered with another name depending on the religion. But what matters is that there is the source. When this source was generated, it was created with an explosion where the energy was divided. This has already been proven scientifically and astronomically, and even in the Gospel of John it was found. God was known as the source of life, Gen 1:11-12, Jo 2:7, and the fountain of living water, Ja 2:13, Isa 12:3. Where he explains this division, that it was a single energy that existed and it divided, and in dividing it created an explosion that scientists call the Big Bang, and there was created the energy that created the vibration that created a point of energy that created the third dimension. And in that central point we have the source of all energy, which is the source of life that we call divine created or God. And so that he could experience and live, he fractured, that is, he created copies of himself. So until today when we go to a church we hear the phrase that God enters into us. In the third dimension are the spirits that are nothing more than people with less density than us that we are using. I walk at this moment a body. The spirits surround this central server. There are 7 orbits and around 1 billion planets. 7 super-universes were created. The closer to the source they are, the more energy they receive, and thus the dimensions are created. What is a dimension? The dimension is nothing more than the frequency. It is the same thing as a frequency of radio waves. All radio stations use a frequency, i.e. energy. And the closer to the source you are, the more energy you get. The more energy you receive, the greater the dimension you are in. The highest frequency is the 21st and 20th dimension, where energy is maximum. But as the frequency you meet, you find it difficult to be in other, much smaller dimensions. We, for example, are on planet Earth that vibrates in the third dimension. We are currently going through the planetary transition, and our planet will enter a new frequency called 5D. We will have a video about the planetary transition. The spirits are around this center of the central universe. And around that 7 super-universes were created. If you are too close to the source, you get a lot of energy and therefore end up being in a higher dimension. And because these spirits are in a much higher dimension, they couldn't go to these other dimensions that are far from the smaller dimension creator source. So they created fractals, and each spirit created 12 super souls, and these super souls went to populate the super universes. Each super universe has subdivisions. Each super universe has 100,000 universes, and we are currently in the 7th super universe. Then realize that we are part of something very big and that we still have difficulty understanding. But I just gave this example so we can realize that there are other races in this universe. We will have a video to talk about it. Although these super souls ended up populating the super universes, their density was very high, so they chose to create fractals, and these could inhabit the universes that were further away. Therefore, you are a fractal of the soul, and this is even said in churches when they say the following sentence: God is within us. Yes, because we originate from this source that vibrates in a very high dimension. We have the physical body that, despite its temporary and finite condition, our physical body must be accepted as part of the cosmic and infinite being that we are, manifested for a period on Earth to contribute to the process of evolution of everything that lives here. Because it is visible and palpable, it is the only one of the spiritual bodies studied by science. We have the etheric body, we don't see it, but we feel it. It is formed by the aura, chakras, and nadis, veins that carry energy to the chakras, and is considered bioelectromagnetic. Because it is made up of a lot of energy, it has a luminous appearance that can vary from orange to blue. There is already a machine that takes a picture that allows us to see our ethereal body, known as Kirlian photography. Search about. The astral body has a human form, varying in color between white, silver, and bluish. It is the spiritual envelope closest to matter, which can be seen by clairvoyant mediums. Several spirits have this subtle structure, being necessary for their manifestation in the dimension in which they are in the astral, with different density, depending on each one. Superior spirits, on the other hand, do not have this body by virtue of their evolution. Generally, the astral body detaches itself from the physical body during sleep. This is called detachment. Remember when it feels like you fell or woke up with a racing heart, so usually that's because you've returned to the body. In total we have 7 subtle bodies, but here we are seeing the main ones. I will make another video explaining them one by one. I am Tonelli and my purpose is to awaken you.